A bit about myself. My name is Dragos. I'm originally from Romania. I'm not a vampire, so I am a meditation master, and I have over a decade of meditation practice. And during this period of time, I have learned a few things. One of them would be what else is possible, which I will share with you in a few moments. In 2019, I was working here in Romania at this pet shop. It was a job that I didn't like, to be honest with you. But why was I working here? I wanted to work here because I wanted to become a digital marketer. I wanted to do that so I could travel, so I could work remotely, and so I can enjoy life, to be free. Because one of my values, as Dennis was talking about, is freedom. So as I was working to become a digital marketer, of course I wanted to improve in this domain, so I went to a conference. And as you can see, I was enjoying it a lot. And here at this conference, I asked the question, what else is possible? And this is what I want you guys to do right now. I want you to think of a challenge that you have in your life. You can write it down on the piece of paper or on your phone, or keep it mentally. So write down what is your current greatest challenge that you're facing right now. Okay, so I guess everyone is like, got it?
Not yet.
So I'll give you 1 to 2 minutes just to write it down.
What was the question?
What is your greatest challenge at the moment? Yes, in any domain of life. Maybe it's business, relationship, your career. So write down what is your biggest challenge at the moment.
Got it.
Good. Good. We'll come back to this later. So while I was working to become a digital marketer, as you can see in the picture, I was having an internal conflict. My mind was telling me, do this, do that, become a digital marketer because it made sense. Logically, it made sense. But my heart was telling me something else. My heart was telling me, go to Poland, get a job there, and you will see what will happen afterwards. Yes, you have a question?
Why Poland?
I do not know. But it was.
No, I was curious. It's very specific. Like.
Yes, we will come to that question later. So, why Poland? I do not know, but I just knew my heart was yearning to come here. And let me tell you, it was the best decision of my life. Hands down. Best decision because I'm doing what you see right now, which is one of my passions, and it's the thing that I love to do the most, to speak, to help people, and to teach. So, how do we get here, or how did I got here? When I was asking myself this question about what else is possible, I had a lot of limitations. And when you think about what is possible for you or for your life, I want you to take a moment right now and to see what do you think is possible for you, and what do you think would be possible for you in your life, and where do you get this knowledge from? So think about, for your life, how do I know what is possible for me, and where do I get this knowledge from? Okay, I'll give you a few more seconds just to think about it. So what happens 99% of the time is what we think is possible, it's in that little black circle. And we get this information from our environment, from society, from our family, friends, and maybe from other people's experience. And we think that, okay, if I want to do something with my life, or if I want to go in some type of direction, the only way to do it is in that black circle. Because I got this information from society, from other people, from my family. However, I can tell you that the rules of society that we were programmed with are extremely limiting. Extremely limiting. Because once you ask yourself what else is possible, you can see that suddenly something starts to open. Suddenly, maybe something else is possible that I have no idea. This is what happened to me when I decided to come to Poland. I wanted a job that I currently have that I didn't even knew existed. I was like, I would like to do this, to have this salary, and to work in the back end, not necessarily with people. And I was like, this feels really good. A week later, I found that job, and I was mind blown. Because that job was not in what I thought it was possible. It was outside. So this gave me an experience that maybe what I know, it's not everything. Yes?
What did you do to get the job?
Just in practice.
So, how did I got this job?
Yeah.
I suddenly was very upset one evening. I was scrolling on Facebook just to like relax, and I saw a post, Romanian speakers in Poland. I was like, okay, apply, and I forgot about it. And 1 week later, I was in Poland. So it was an amazing coincidence. So, just to wrap it up, what we think is possible is from our experience, from other people's experience, and from our society. Let me give you an example. If you want to get a job, what is the most probable or possible way to get a job is sending a lot of CVs, spending hours to find a job, and maybe if you're lucky, you may find something. This is in the realm of possibility, which we know. But as I gave my example, there are other ways, which I didn't know about. And like this, you can apply this to every domain of your life. Because what we know is possible, it's again, just our limits. Now, to go even further and explain how this is possible, I would like to explain a little bit about our anatomy, or how we function as a being. So before we go here, you have the question?
Yeah, you said in every domain of life.
Yes.
Even in love?
Good question.
I will tell you how I met my girlfriend later on.
Okay.
So, in every domain of life. I'm telling you, for me it worked in every domain of life. So, I'll share that experience later on, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Coming back to our human anatomy, we have two parts. We have the conscious mind, which is all of you. So this is your personality, your ego, your thoughts, who you are. This is your conscious mind. And you also have your higher mind. You may call this intuition, inspiration, love, compassion, God, universe, however you want to call it. And this is the complete being. This is the complete you. The conscious mind, the character that is playing this game, and the higher mind, the part of you that is helping you in this experience. So, each part has a role to play. The conscious mind, you'll be surprised, is the role of the conscious mind is to observe and to perceive what already happened. The conscious mind is not built to know how things will happen. Whenever we want to do something or we want to achieve something, we're thinking really, really hard, how will I make that happen? How can something happen? In business, in love, in career, we're using the small self to figure out how things will happen. However, that role or that task is not for us, not for the conscious mind. That role is for the higher mind. Because when you want something, exactly how I wanted to come to Poland, I had no idea. For me, I had no idea how to do that. My higher mind did, and I was just following the instructions. And miraculously, I am here. Do you have any questions before we move on? Yes, Dennis.
So do I understand correctly that the conscious mind takes the decision, but the higher mind thinks about how? Correctly?
Exactly. So the conscious mind asks for stuff, the higher mind delivers. I know it may sound simple, but it is. From my years of meditation and experience, this is what I've experienced many, many, many times. The higher mind is like a person on the mountain. The higher mind sees everything that is happening, and the higher mind can guide you exactly what to do and when to do it. Because the higher mind sees the big picture. We don't see the big picture. We don't understand what is the next task. All that we perceive, it's very limited. For example, if you want to meet someone for a business partnership, you may think, I need to go to networking. I need to go to networking events. But the higher mind is like, go to that coffee place. And you're like, why would I go there? Doesn't make sense. You go to the coffee place, you find someone, you start the conversation, and surprise, you found what you needed. But what happens is this. Most of the time, we separate ourselves from the higher mind because of previous experience or mostly because of fear and stress. And we think that we need to figure everything out. We need to figure everything out. We have a lot of burden that we take because the conscious mind, most of the time, will take the burden of the higher self. And then we're surprised that, why am I feeling so tired? Why am I feeling so exhausted? Why am I so burned out? Because you're doing more than you need to. If you delegate that responsibility to your higher mind, then everything will be much easier. Because you have your part to do, and the higher mind has his part to do, or her part. How does this look like in most people? It's, imagine that you're on the bus, and you're stressing out, what if the driver knows how to get to the next station? Or does the driver know how to turn right? You're not in control. You think you are. You think that the conscious mind is in control, but you never are. And this should be a celebration. This should be like, I can finally relax. Does this sound good?
Sounds good to me.
I have a question here.
Another
Just,
one? Yeah.
yes. Just to understand the definition of the higher mind.
Yes.
Because everything what you said seems to me
Mhm.
that the higher mind is not subconscious.
No, it's
Not
superconscious.
that way.
It's superconscious.
Superconscious? What does it mean?
You know what I mean?
I know what they mean, but
Because
this
we are not-
term, which is
Very often our logic is not connected to our subconscious.
Yes.
And subconscious driving all the things we are doing
Yes.
not consciously, yes?
Yeah, so to give you an explanation for this one, you can imagine that you have the conscious mind,
Mhm.
and around your conscious mind, you have the subconscious mind, which is helping you to basically exist here.
Mhm.
But besides your conscious and subconscious mind, you also have the superconscious. So that's a third part.
Okay.
You can call it intuition, inspiration,
Okay.
emotions.
emotions, depending which emotion.
Mhm.
Not all emotions, because you can be stressed, and then that's also emotion. It usually has to do with the heart. If your heart is calling or is opened of something, guess what? It's from there. It's from the higher mind. It wants to tell you something.
Is it anything beyond higher?
Yes, God.
Higher means the superconscious or the...
Beyond that is just God, universe. And
Okay.
I mean, like we can go into
I know that
philosophy,
it's based on the
but
current situation of the scientists, right? Scientists, you're saying is like that the higher,
yes.
okay, the highest level is, okay, this higher minds. Okay.
Once you connect to your higher mind, believe me, you won't care what's about, because you'll be so full and so at peace. So what happens once you connect to it? Once you connect to it, you can become the full you, the conscious and the superconscious. And suddenly, things start flowing. How I want you to imagine this, is imagine that you're a soldier on the battlefield. You see the battlefield, but then in your ear you have the commands from the command center. And the command center sees the entire battlefield, sees everything from the sky, from the radars, understands everything. So what happens most of the time, we stop listening to the earpiece because we think we know better. It's exactly like having a GPS. You want to go to Rome, you put the GPS, and the GPS will just show you left, right. But instead of listening to the GPS, we're like, I don't trust you. Why? I know better. The conscious mind. I know better. I will go, and then you end up somewhere else. Or you spend double the fuel to get to Rome.
Okay. I'm just thinking about it because you need to be conscious to understand that this is from superconscious side.
Yes, but
This is the link that if it will not work, then you don't know that this is something what is from, let's say, this center of battlefield, you know? Because you said something like that about this coffee, yes? Yeah, that go to the coffee, yes? Because logical was not go to the coffee, but go to the networking, etc., to find somebody who can drive you to your job, let's say, yes? But you need to be cautious that your superconscious telling you go to the coffee.
yes, I agree.
I disagree.
This comes from experience. Because what happens, the more you use the conscious mind, the more you use your mind, the more you'll be focused here. The more I meditated, the more I came in touch with my feelings, I realized that some decisions felt easier or felt lighter, and some decisions felt tenser. So I was experimenting. I was like, okay, I take the decision which is lighter. Oh, amazing outcome. And then I didn't listen, and I took the other decision. Complete chaos.
But how do you know that you listen or don't listen?
It
You
comes.
listen inside out, right? Because you are talking about something that is inside.
Yes.
How to recognize this type of the, I don't know,
Eh,
flavor.
So it comes with practice.
Okay.
It comes with practice, and I cannot teach you right now
I know,
how to
I
do
know, I
it
know.
because you need to take a pause, feel it, and then with practice you'll understand what comes from your mind and what comes from the higher mind.
Okay.
I didn't get here in 1 week.
I know.
Okay?
I suppose.
Yes.
So when we were looking for trying to find our purpose, were we asking the higher mind?
The higher mind is always telling you your purpose, is always guiding you.
So, but when we were doing this exercise, were we trying to communicate with the higher mind, or was something else?
It can be, but again, it depends. Are you try to use your conscious mind, or are you trying to go a bit in the heart and feel? Because some things feel better than other ones. But again, this is a whole different topic. We're going to talk about it later on.
Just one question. Can you send like a correct prompt, like to the chat GTP, to our coaches? Is there a structure?
Yes. Yes. So there is.
Okay, just joking.
There is a structure. If you want to understand that structure, you can work with me. So, if you want to go deeper into this topic, to understand how you can connect better to the higher mind and to let go of what is not yours, you can work with me in these sessions, meditations, and so on. And just to end it, remember your challenge that you had at the beginning?
Yes.
Okay, 1 minute, very fast. Close your eyes. Think of the challenge.